Hair check. How come your hair's not moving? You look amazing. Do I look gorgeous?
Yeah, I do.
See, Gavin just tells me whatever I want to hear. I can be like, do I look amazing? He's like, yeah, you look amazing, even if I don't. Yeah. Oh my God, you're being so high maintenance.
Right there.
Okay, you guys, this is such a fun day because we have Jessica Bennett with us, and she is the mastermind behind Alice Lane in Salt Lake City, Utah, and she is the principal designer and the owner of this amazing store. And I've been wanting to interview you for what, like 6 months, stalking you.
Love it.
So we think it was really cute because we just discovered that both of us named our company after the street that we live on. So you live on Alice Lane and I live on Hanover Avenue.
Yep, we're home.
We are home, and I really want you guys to check out their store, and we're really excited that you wanted to do this with Hanover Avenue because when this publishes, right when you guys are watching this, is when their big online retail shop is gonna open up. So now you guys can have everything they sell, but we really are excited to show this room because they had the privilege of designing Emily Jackson, who is an amazing design blogger on Ivory Lane. They designed her kitchen, and we're gonna show everyone now. So you ready? Holy cow. Crazy! So the whole reason we wanted to show you guys this space was Emily moved into this beautiful kitchen and she wanted to put her own, impart her own personality on it, right?
Yeah.
So she hired Jess and they came in, and everything that you see here you'll be able to buy through Alice Lane. But I wanted to show our readers and the viewers kind of what you did, Jess, that was able to just inject all this personality into this space. Can you talk a little bit about it, what the process was like?
You bet. So Emily is a fashion blogger, and staring at her feed, she's super fashionable, does a lot of high-end things. And we kept sort of noticing certain trends and colors that she was wearing. And there's a little bit of a disconnect between just the simple vanilla kitchen that she had. It's incredible, and it was a new build and brand new, and she chose everything here. But we really felt like we needed to put her fashionable sense into the kitchen and just dress it up.
Right.
So yeah, she was wearing a lot, like her favorite boots were sort of this Bordeaux wine color, and they go up above the knee. And so you'll sort of see in the kitchen that we've used this Bordeaux color in an accent. Some of the glasses are that color. We used a Kelly Wearstler wallpaper.
Yes.
On the interior of the 2 glass cabinets that flank the stove. And that's that Bordeaux color used in kind of a brush stroke pattern that's a little bit wilder, a little more fashionable than just a simple white kitchen. So we threw some pattern in the back there, and then we brought in draperies and Romans, and they ombre from a sort of dark purpley tone to a plum to the white. And then that brought in some of that warmth, and the ombre, of course, is a really cool fashion.
So chic.
Yeah, and even Emily's hair color sort of ombres. She does the color melt from her root starting on down, and so we felt like this sort of represented her also. And then, of course, brass. Everybody loves brass. You see the brass strapping on the hood, the lanterns over each island, the light over the sink, and then we also did a fixture over the dining table with brass cuffs around certain crystal elements there. So it even reads like the jewelry that she wears.
Well, and that's really a great design tip, everybody, because so often, as designers, we always like to look and see. I tell people all the time when they're pulling together a mood board to show me their favorite designers and where they love to travel and what food they love to eat, because you do, believe it or not, as a homeowner and as, just a person, you have your own aesthetic, right?
Totally, yeah. And I think what's cool about this is, even though it's her aesthetic, it's not so feminine that her husband's not going to be comfortable in this space.
I think anyone will be comfortable in this space.
And I think she'll look gorgeous in it, and it speaks to her fashion sense. But I think everybody's going to really appreciate the detail as if they're looking at an outfit that Emily put together.
I want to live in this kitchen.
I want to live in this.
Yeah, I think anyone could feel comfortable in this space. Well, let's look at some of these great details because, okay, so guys, this is kind of the main view looking in. But what Jess was just saying, and I think this is a great trick. I think you're a genius.
Oh, good.
Yeah, girl, I love it that you put that Whistler wallpaper. That is so hot.
It's kind of that like pocket square moment, you know, in a men's suit or
Yes.
like a really great scarf or even like the interior of an awesome handbag. It's a detail and it's happening on the inside, but it doesn't go unnoticed. She definitely is going to get points for this.
Well, I like it too that, again, this is a great way. I wanted you guys to see how this is a fundamentally white kitchen. But what Jess has done is taken it from a white kitchen that can sometimes, so often they can go very antiseptic, you know? Mm-hmm. And you really have given it warmth, but still kept it white. Like, I love it that you just didn't paint the inside of those cabinets a color. I think that was so smart. So here's the little detail shot of this, you guys. And then another great trick when you guys are designing your kitchen is picking a slab of marble that's thick enough. And sometimes you guys can come and miter this, but what Jess pointed out, which was so smart and so durable, is that this isn't marble, it's quartzite.
Yes.
And I love it that it just ran right up the back, and so now there isn't even any busyness of the tile, it just is a clean sight line.
Yeah, just totally classic. I think we've minimized, there's no pattern there, which allowed us to use pattern on the interior of those cabinets.
Right.
Because sometimes it just gets like too many tension lines. You don't know where to look. The eye can't keep moving.
Well, and that is a good point too. I mean, we talk a lot about giving the eye a place to rest. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, you do need to have a visual break. What was this quartzite again? Can you tell the viewers what it was?
Yeah, so I know that a lot of different slab yards name things their own names. What they're calling it in our slab yards here in Utah is it's called white macabus, and some people say macubus, but it is a quartzite, totally durable. I actually use the same thing in my kitchen and also in my master bath. And they had to get a new blade for their saw. It's so hard.
Yes.
That difficult to cut. And so this isn't your soft porous marble, but you're still getting the veining like a marble.
Yeah.
And you're still getting the lighter undertones, but you don't have to go all the way white to Calcutta. I mean, you can see this has a little bit more depth than a marble, but you're still getting the veins, and it still can be a little bit more dormant in a kitchen, so we can still play some other heroic tricks.
I love that. I love that. Well, let's go to the next slide because here's what Jess is saying. There's that beautiful veining going on, but imagine, guys, if this had been a lot of tile pattern, I don't think it would have worked as well with the Kelly Wearstler paper. So, you know, follow Jess's lead, but let's also talk a little bit about how you, excuse me, how you styled this out, because I love that it's impeccably styled, but it still feels really effortless.
The story is that we just went outside, clipped some branches, threw them in this ginger jar, took the lid off, plopped them in. So
is that the top to the jar?
Yeah. So that acts as that third item. You know how our eyes love an odd number. So the lid just acts as the third item. So it's not over-styled. It's all alike in both the jar. It's all the same Queen Anne's lace branches. And then inside the bowl, it's just all pomegranates. So really simple styling, but the trick is to get the scale right.
Well, that's such a great tip too for people to remember that it's the odd number, the 3.
Yeah.
Look, she did it again with the cutting boards, and those are amazing. Like, I want all of them so bad.
Yeah, really fun.
No, that's smart. All right, well, let's go to the next scene, because this again was looking in, and there's that great ombre fabric. And so we should mention too, you guys can buy all of this through Alice Lane. So they really are kind of a full service design firm / store. It's this great hybrid of shopping, and if you need a designer, you can totally hire one. I love that concept. You know, that's how I began. I was the in-house designer at Wildflower in Austin, Texas.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's great for people to be able to have that resource with you, Jess. But I want you guys, let me just show some of the readers this, but these little details that are happening in this kitchen where the top of the countertop kind of follows the line. you know, of the millwork. So it's not just a flat line across. There are these little details, and it's these little things, guys, that you're gonna be able to mimic and kind of follow Jess's lead, and you'll be able to have this in your own house. So not all of us can have a kitchen this amazing, but we can pick and choose some of these elements and bring them into our own house. So, I mean, these little detail shots are so cute. I love how you styled that on the sterling tray.
Oh, thank you.
That's where you put your wedding ring.
Well, and it's such a big, these are such big surfaces that, you know, I think that it feels good to give a little foundation to a few of these pieces to help ground it.
Yeah.
Other soap and the candle just kind of get lost on this large countertop. So I know when I do dishes, I slip off my wedding ring, and I also have a tray at my home. And then it doesn't go sliding off somewhere because the lip of the tray keeps it all there. So the storytelling here is really authentic to the way that we live.
But it feels very personal, and that's what I'm saying. I love these little things that you do in this space. And again, you guys can have this all. So minus the ring. You're not selling the diamond.
No.
You can get your man to buy that for you.
They gotta find their own man.
Right.
They gotta get their own ring.
Okay, well, let's go to the next slide and see. So this, I love what's happening here with the refrigerator. So is that like a little door that they made to mimic the...
Yes, and that goes into her pantry.
No!
It looks like she has a bank of 3 refrigerators, but instead of pulling the last one forward, you push it in, and there's a huge room in there. It's a large, large pantry.
So we're all gonna go hang out at Emily's house.
I know.
Hey,
right?
Emily Jackson, I love your kitchen. Love. But this is another great trick, guys, is putting the mirrored cabinets above. And, you know, it just helps bounce light around. It gives the illusion of a big transom window.
Yes.
So this is something that you guys can follow this lead, and very often you can buy cabinets like this off the rack, and then you can go back and buy a piece of mirror. So you can take out the back panel, pop it out, and then pop in a really pretty piece of mirror, and it's a great DIY trick that anyone can do in their own home.
Adds a little sparkle, because you know, the kitchen's kind of one of those places, it's like a game of Tetris. It's a lot of squares and rectangles, and so throwing in some diagonal lines feels really good. Also, that Kelly Wearstler paper has a lot of diagonal lines.
Yes.
So little detail of adding sparkle and angle instead of straight squares feels really, really good in this space. Breaks up some of that monotonous.
Jess, you're smart cookie.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't even think about the angles in the Kelly Wearstler paper, and that's so true. I love that dialogue. Go, Jess. And then let's look at this too, because I love how the back of the backsplash even went up behind the, God, that's good looking. And then you styled this all out too, didn't you?
Yeah, so the storytelling in this section, I like to kind of break things out into usefulness, because I'm not going to be one of those designers that uses an accessory in a kitchen that doesn't necessarily belong in a kitchen. So all of the accessories used in this open shelving needed to support the story of, we decided, the bake center. Emily has a 4-year-old daughter who loves to bake with her mom. And so this is her little station, her baking station. It's funny, she actually calls this her baker acre.
Oh.
So her name is Capri. So Capri's Baker Acre is full of kids' cookbooks and mixing bowls and little cake plates and cupcake stands and measuring spoons and little dishes to hold sprinkles. So this whole story is totally played out. Even there's little placemats on that second shelf that can be ripped off like a notepad, and you can throw those down for the kids to sit and frost cupcakes on, or they can have a birthday party with those placemats. So everything Emily would need to do any baking activity with her girls or kids, she could just grab. Everything's right available right there, and it's right next to her oven.
So when you're hiring a designer, make sure that they really listen to who you are, like Jess did with Capri, but also when you're designing your own space, have that heart to heart with yourself and ask how you want to live. And instead of making this all cookbooks, I think that's great that you decided to make that all about baking and how that person lives.
Yeah.
So cute. Well, I wanted to show you guys some other details too of this room, because believe it or not, these lowers, you know, when you looked at the main image of the room, it read as all white. But these lower cabinets are painted this beautiful French gray, kind of like the color you would prime, like Vermeer would have primed a canvas. And it just gives this gentle warmth to the room without reading as a color. So even if you guys have a much smaller kitchen, this is a great trick if you want to have your uppers white and just paint your lower cabinets a beautiful French gray. And then we'll link you guys to some of our favorite French grays that you can use in your own house. But I wanted to show the viewers this. And then this other island, they made this look like a table, though it is an island with these legs. And then I thought this was such a great trick, Jess, how you made these chairs have backs and then these stools right here. That's awesome.
Thank you. Well, sometimes you need an extra seat to pull up, but you don't necessarily want to draw attention to the fact that we've got these bar stools marching all the way around. Plus, on that side of the island, that detail would hide the dining chairs. And so we thought, let's just do a couple of backless stools just to throw under, and then if we need them, we can pull them out. So,
I love it.
Anyway, yeah, same furniture lines. We were able to use the same stains, the same nail heads. We just minimized the detail on those, and then used the plaid on the back of our stools.
I'm gonna come to Utah and hang out with you, Mom. You're
You're
not messing around. It's awesome. I love it. I want you guys to see what Jess did. See how the back of these stools doesn't go beyond the top of the countertop. So it still gives you the support, but it doesn't feel like that big high. So imagine, guys, if this had come up even 6 or 8 more inches, I think it would have been very visually distracting. I love what you did. I like too how this plaid kind of, it's a different pattern from the countertop, obviously, but it still merges in. And I really wanted you guys to see now, looking in at this great dining area. And, you know, I know, again, that not everyone is going to have a kitchen this big, but I loved how you were unafraid here to just go for that big hit of navy. That is chic as hell.
Right? I love the shape of those chairs. Actually, I have that chair in my own house. It was a new introduction from Mitchell Gold Bob Williams, and the shape of it feels vintage, and it still has that swoopy shape, so it's not another square or rectangle in the kitchen. And I love the swoopy shape connection back to that chandelier that has some of those arcuated lines in that too. So the connection there is all really good. It softens it a little bit. The chair's not too tall, which sometimes you kind of get that really very postured, stiff shoulder look in a dining room.
Yes.
Where everybody's on guard. This lets down your shoulders. It's more relaxing. It's a little bit lower. It's chic. You know?
Well, but that's a really great tip, you guys. And what Jess just said was really smart. Think about the height of the back of a dining chair. You're right. This is very casual, but the fabric is important.
Yeah.
But I love that you really took that into consideration. Also, I think when you're doing a darker color like this, it's so much more forgiving. You know what I mean?
Yes, and also if you think about like the denim these days, if I wear a pair of designer denim jeans, my hands are blue by the end of the day.
It stained the leather of my car.
Yeah, see? And so with these dark navy chairs, with all of her girlfriends wearing their high-end denim in here, she's not going to worry about her dining chairs getting stained.
Precisely. And then I wanted you guys to see some of the close-up product stuff that you guys can buy through Alice Lane. But these are those cutting boards that I'm saying, I'm serious. I'm gonna hop on there and snap those up.
But those are actually made from old floors.
No.
Yeah, so those come in and they're super old and super, super hard, but at my house I chop on them, but then I also serve, I pile sandwiches up on them. And so they have a million, you can do a charcuterie tray on it. There's a million uses. I use that thing more than I use serving dishes now.
No, I really am. I will be placing the first order, and then I loved this chocolate and vanilla spoon where it looked
so beautiful.
And then are the backs of these spoons just dipped in paint?
Yes.
Sister!
Yes. Aren't those cute?
Yes.
Yeah, so easy.
No, I love it. All right, I mean, you guys really are gonna have the best time shopping, and then I love this little measuring cups.
Oh, aren't they darling?
They're so cute.
Some of those, but everybody loves them. And you know what's great? I have like old measuring cups from when I was first married, and they're plastic and they get discolored. These are porcelain, so they're gonna wash up great just like your dishes, and they're not gonna turn funky colors.
Oh, that's great. All right, well, The last thing I wanted to show you guys is I loved these serving bowls with the knot spoons. Those are crazy cool. So you're gonna have fun, you guys, just shopping and seeing what Jess picked for this space to make it feel like Emily's house. There's so much attention to detail. So let's just look at this one last, just take in this kitchen. It's crazy. You did such a good job. Such a good job.
Oh, thank you. You know what's fun is just seeing Emily in the work, and it was really fun getting to present all of the fabrics and finishes to her, and really for her to see that she could use color in her kitchen. A lot of people are afraid to commit to a color because they think it's a trend, but if you really, really authentically just love it and you look great in this color, it's your color, then you're gonna look great in your kitchen, and your kitchen's gonna be more beautiful. It doesn't have to be plain white. You can add in these really easy accents. Take them away if you want in 10 years.
Yes.
It still remains classic.
That's what I think's the best point that you made is what Jess did was inject color the right way, the smart way to not date a kitchen. You know?
Yeah.
So imagine if someone had tried to get the Bordeaux look on the backsplash. Probably not a good idea. But instead, we've got these hits of color in places that are so easy to switch out. So really, you guys, just have a blast kind of drinking in every detail of this space. Look at how they did the countertops. Look at this beautiful millwork and see if you can find a way to approximate this in your own house, even if it's just breaking out a can of paint and painting your lower cabinets that beautiful French gray, or trying to pick a few of these accessories to bring into your own space to kind of update it and give it your own personal stamp. But we're thrilled that you wanted to share this with us. So excited.
Good.
Okay, so we are gonna wave goodbye to you guys, and then we're gonna come back with the bonus content, and you guys aren't going to believe the Butler's Pantry bar area. So let's wave goodbye, Jess, and we'll come back and do the bonus content.
Sounds good.
Okay, bye guys.
So good.
Do it. Probably not a good idea. Get out of town.